Yo, what's going on, family? What's up with all these plane crashes, right? Seems like 2025 is the year to not fly, but don't let it scare you. In today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question everything.
Drop it! Come on! Don't take your video! Take that phone away!
Yo, they still telling you to put your phone away? You gotta hop off a plane and they say, put your phone away.
Holy fuck.
Man.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Oh my fucking god. Yo, I was just on this fucking plane. Oh my god. Yo, I was just on this fucking plane. Holy fuck.
And you gotta watch out for that black ice.
Don't believe me when I say we being censored. Don't believe me when I say Canada has no intention on becoming the United States' 51st state. Don't believe me when I say Canada is prepping for war. Nah, don't believe me. But what I do encourage you, my followers and my non-followers and everyone to do, put in your search bar Canada and see for yourself what Canada's up to. And then once you look through those videos, come back and talk to me about what you do believe. Stay woke, people. Stay woke. Peace and love.
Hey, all I know is that if Canada wants some smoke with the United States, they better have some allies because they not like us.
The moon's moving so fast, dude. How is this possible? I'm holding it still.
Nah, for real, it is kind of moving fast, ain't it?
They are trying to solve this problem. The quantum field directly relates to consciousness and how these craft are truly navigating through space, covering long distances in a short period of time, moving point to point through space and other dimensions. You would be surprised how much of this research is now handled by private companies and industries. To know that humans are being abducted and some don't get returned in a friendly manner is very difficult and disturbing to the higher up people involved with managing these problems. And an insertion here about the description that we're dealing with extraterrestrials that move point to point through space. It is a very difficult concept. I've had a discussion with 3 or 4 people who work on these kinds of problems. And the best that I can do to try to help you understand is that if you have a gray with some mission and they want to be 40 light years away, they have technology where they are in control of the manipulation of space and time. And for them to go 40 light years from Earth and not have to spend 40 years doing it, they program, this is my simple way of trying to understand and explain to you. They program a computer and say, we want a resonant frequency point, and let's say they let the computer at 40.6 light years. And we want you to put another resonant frequency point in dimension 9. And it has to be exact to what is in dimension 3. And then when the computers have done the resonant frequency points, they can be in a craft that is programmed to interact with those kinds of frequency points. and the way it's been explained to me, they're not traveling through space. They're always moving point to point.
I'm just going to put this out there. I don't believe space is real, and I don't believe space travel is real, which is why you can't say that they travel through space. They travel from point to point. I think space was just put here to kind of confuse us, right? Like, let's say, for instance, if we do have extraterrestrials here, right? And being extraterrestrial, meaning you're from the Earth, Terra, you're just extra, right? You're a little bit more, you know, you can do more. So we have extraterrestrials here. If you tell the people that we have extraterrestrials here on the Earth, guess what? They're going to start asking questions. Why aren't we trying to find them? Where are they? Can I go find them myself? Right? But if you tell them that they're 40 billion light years away in space, some hypothetical space out there, right? No one's going to question that. No one's going to even look. No one's going to think about it. Oh, just leave it up to NASA and to the scientists and the actors to go out there and to figure it out. So I think it's just all, it's a big psyop, right? Because they don't want us to know that the extraterrestrials are already here.
Almost simultaneous. One of these people that told me that he's very aware of what I'm saying is accurate, said that they can, let's say the tall whites, they can do a 40 light year in 5 seconds. And I mean literally 5 seconds. If they're working point to point, dimension to dimension.
I do believe in dimension traveling, right? Traveling through dimensions. But I don't know, it's a little confusing.
And it has to do with resonant frequency, that they know how to make a point in space-time that will be unique, and the computers will make another one in another dimension that they select. And when they travel, they don't go here first. They go to dimension 9 first.
How many patients have you been able to cure so far?
I would say 1.
How many people have I cured? Well, there are no real cures right now in psychiatry.
I don't know that any of us are ever completely cured of anything.
What kind of biological tests do we have available today for detecting mental illnesses?
None.
I always felt like I was throwing darts in the dark at my patients and had hurt some of them.
Lithium,
Bramron is another one.
trazodone,
Tegradol, Dipagol, Wellbutrin, and
lexapro, lamictal,
Equitroid,
depakote,
lithium,
Ambien.
You may need an antidepressant also with lamictal.
There is a reason that most psychiatric medications have black box warnings. Give them to the wrong person and you can precipitate a disaster.
We don't know if I give you a medication if it is going to work or not.
To a certain degree, it's trial and error.
I have cured none of my patients.
Who benefits? The people who make the diagnosis.
Yo, and what's one of the main things they've been pushing lately? Go to therapy. Take your kids to therapy. Mental health this, mental health that. What's the therapist going to do that the parents should already be doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why isn't my therapy walking around the yard with my mom or my grandma and talking about some things? You know, that's what therapy should be. It shouldn't be, oh, go to some person who has no clue who you are. You'll be their 100th patient of the day, and they're going to give you some medication. And that's really what therapy is at the end of the day, right? They might even plant some thoughts into your mind that you didn't even know was there, or they were never going to be there. But now you're going to talk to this therapist, and they're going to tell you some things about yourself that probably aren't even true about you. And now internally, you're going to start thinking these things are true about yourself. And now you do have a disorder. And now you do have to get on some type of medication. And now you're going to be on a medication for life. It's a hustle.
Yeah,
that is weird, right?
Yeah.
From Washington, D.C. to Philadelphia, whose last few months have left us relying on each other.
That's because Tom Brady is a clone. Robot.
You know cockroach milk is healthier than cow's milk?
Cockroach milk? No. I didn't even know they
It's more nutritious.
Milk.
It's more nutritious and healthier than cow's milk. Cockroach milk. Google it, search it up.
Oh yeah, well I mean people eat cockroaches. Is that the same shit?
No, milk.
Milk?
How do you
They
get
milk cockroaches?
I
and
didn't
drink
know they
cockroach.
milk cockroaches, fam.
I know, that's a thing.
Yeah. So how do you get that?
Has more nutrition, has more like benefit of drinking that than cow's milk. Now check this out. Cow's milk we know is bad for us, right? But we still drink it. So let's say there was an ingredient that had the elixir of life, but it just came from something that just sounds so gross or crazy. Would you take it?
Yeah.
Because you know it's good for you?
Yeah.
But what if it's something like terribly disgusting? What if you like,
Oh, it's like,
what if it like, just imagine like the dirtiest person you know, and then they spit it out of their, you have to drink it out of their mouth. And that's the only way, but you'll be able to like live your best life health-wise.
I mean, that's like medicine right now. Like, no one likes to taste the medicine, but we still drink it.
Sometimes medicine tastes good. They have the banana flavor.
Yeah, I know.
Or the cherry flavor.
Blindfolded, you would have to like plug my nose, then I would drink it, yeah.
So you would take it or no?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
If it heals me, man.
I feel like I would take anything as long as like there is an actual benefit. Even, I just want to know the truth.
So, has anybody heard of cockroach milk? That's really a thing? Cockroach milk? I don't know if I'm trying that.
So, I hear you like to be a star. Well, the price of fame is not cheap. I hope you got what it takes.
Look
But
at this.
all we want is your soul. Give it to me. All we want is your soul. Give it to me.
So, short, I got that little D make a beat, make it hot back like a rabbit Volkswagen or a Cadillac. I'ma show you how to do a record contract. You earn it the old-fashioned way. I'm already gold in the hood, past the plates, and sell 1 million records. I can't wait till gonna do whatever it takes till I'm straight. Got soul.
All we want is your soul. Give it to me.
They tried to tell us right there.
Look at this, guys. Look at this, guys. Look at this. The sun is out. It's midnight out, and the sun is out. Look at this. This is what we were trying to show you. This was in the middle of the sky. Look at this. The freaking sun is out, man. Amazing.
What is that? That's not the sun. I don't know what that is.
Do you know where public schools buy their food from for lunches?
Cisco.
Bali.
From the Department of Defense.
What?
DOD. It's a total scheme to where Department of Defense, they go out to these food companies and they get the contracts and then they turn around and sell it to the public school systems. They are in complete control over this profit line.
Oh, that's scary.
I think they said that,
I mean,
the school lunches is the only thing that's profitable in public schools.
That would make sense.
It would make sense,
Yeah.
but like hiking up prices and like choice, like the school doesn't have a say in what they can get for lunch. They are totally dependent on the Department of Defense to provide the food.
Interesting.
It's just weird.
That
It's
is super weird.
Department of Defense controlling the school lunches, I thought was super weird.
Yeah, I guess I'm ignorant to that connection because that doesn't make sense to me.
Just the man wanting to get some moolah.
Nah.
Or what are they putting in that?
Number one
Exactly.
killing the U.S.
But
right
also
now.
any type of freaking chemicals they want.
Yeah, man.
MK Ultra.
Brainwashing.
You know what the K stands for? Kindergarten. Middle school. Man.
What is that in the background?
That looks like a coffee maker on the counter behind you. Are you a coffee fan?
I am. What does it look like I'm doing?
It looks like you're walking over to the coffee maker. Are you planning to make some coffee?
I am. Can you tell me what type of machine this is?
It looks like an espresso machine. Do you usually make espresso or regular coffee with it?
Espresso. What type of espresso machine? Can you tell that?
It's a bit hard to tell the exact brand from here, but it resembles a semi-automatic espresso machine with a built-in grinder. Do you enjoy making espresso at home?
I do.
That's awesome. Making espresso at home can be a great ritual. Do you have a favorite coffee blend or type of beans you prefer?
I do. I get it from a local coffee shop. All right. So tell me three.
Yo, AI is on a whole nother level, man. You got to be careful, right? Because what that tells me right there is that Okay, you can set up AI for the camera yourself and be doing that, but what if people already have AI set up in hidden cameras all over the place? Say, for instance, your phone. Aren't they selling phones now with AI installed into the phone? So basically, that phone's probably transmitting data consistently, and the camera's probably always on. It knows where you're at, it knows what you're doing, it knows who you're with, it knows how you're doing things, it knows the quality of the things you're doing. It knows every single thing that you're doing.
This whole fucking time, that nigga was saying mustard. He was saying mustard. He was saying mustard. He wasn't saying mustard. He was saying mustard. He was saying get together. He was saying assemble. He was saying assemble.
Alaska is not being Alaska right now. And look at this. All the snow is pretty much melted off. This has been the most bizarre winter I've ever experienced. Last night it was a complete rain, windstorm, dumping rain, wind blowing 100 miles an hour. And bro, it's been like over 45 degrees. And this has effectively pretty much melted up all the snow off the streets. And all you really have is like your snow, like where they pile snow up. Even those are getting smaller and smaller and melting away. For it to be January, for it to be...
Was that really Alaska? Because dang, ain't no snow.
Do y'all remember at the end of Men in Black, the ending scene where they zoom out of the Earth, past the moon, out of the galaxy, and it ends up being so small that it's a fucking marble, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That an alien's playing with? Was I the only one that got anxiety and it would like replay in my fucking dreams all the fucking time? Am I the only kid that shit happened to, bro? Like, I'm really asking this question.
Leo Spell, you are not the only one that happened to, man. I used to think about that all the time, right? When Men in Black, they kicked open the locker door or whatever, and they was like, or the door, and they were just in a locker to some bigger aliens. You know, there was all these little things, you know, and then the universe being not what it really is. Like he said, just some aliens playing with it, but then they put it down into another marble, which was on the cat's little leash. And yeah, that movie just is crazy. I think the Men in Black are real. And I think the little thing that they had to erase memory is also real.
Frida is Oprah, not B, not Mary. And I really don't know how y'all get Cassie out of this, but we'll just go with it. Before I start my explanation, I just want to say that everyone's opinion is just that. It's only an opinion. We are all basing our theories solely on comparison and symbolism, pretty much. With that being said, Frida's final scene definitely gave Oprah. It was a visual of a woman in power. Not just any power. It was a visual of a woman now at the top of the food chain. Not to mention the obvious. That look that Frida has specifically is Oprah's signature. The most obvious one to me personally is her name, Frida. Oprah. Now, I have many comments on my previous video calling me Delulu, how they don't see it, you know, fine, that's fine. But see this, Frida not only was a victim of SA, but when she had the choice to end it all by saving the woman that she was assaulted with and went through everything with, literally fought beside, she ended up saving Slaughter. Why? I'll tell you. Frida didn't give a at all about the abuse. She didn't care. Frida had one goal in mind, to be in charge. Therefore, she'll feed all those monsters if she gets the opportunity. And baby, did she. Not only did she befriend her perpetrators, but she now leads them. She is now the top dog. She is now top billionaire. I'm gonna end this video with this because I don't know how much traction I'll get because of what I'm about to say. But I would advise everyone to look into Oprah's school for young girls in South Africa and the very unsettling, disturbing truth behind it. Also, please look at to what the parents themselves are saying about the school. Actually, I'll go ahead and drop some down so you can read them.
Let's see, what's it say, y'all? Let's do some reading. Johannesburg, Reuters. Parents of students at Oprah Winfrey's All-Girl Leadership Academy want greater access to their children. Wait, they ain't even got access to their children? Comparing the school's restrictions on visits, phone calls, and email contact to prison rules. Nah, see, you can't trust these academies. A few mothers complained that the 2-hour visit permitted one Sunday a month was not long enough to reconnect with their daughters who are staying full-time at the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy in Henley-on-Klip, according to South Africa's Media 24. So it's one of those like lock-in academies, right? Where you stay on campus. I never really liked those, man. I used to see those certain places. They like have an all boys school or like an all girls school. I'd be like, no.
If you guys think Frida is B, or if she's Cassie or Mary J. Blige, I'd love to, get into your mind a little bit. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Follow, repost, share. Thank you so much.
Okay, keep it real quiet.
Was that real? I don't know. They ain't seen no AI thing on there. Oh, snap. Would y'all go through the portal? I don't know if I'll go through that portal. I don't know. Might change your reality.
The official logo looks like an owl right now. I made an overlay for you here. You can see the owl. Here is a side by side. See here the face of the owl, the eyes, the nose. Here another example of the owl. Write in the comments if you know where this was. Check out your $1 bill, because there you got also the owls. Very small and very tiny owls, watching you every single time you're going to pay with them. Washington DC from the top side. There is the capital, and this looks like an owl. And the owl is sitting on the top of a pyramid, with the all-seeing eye on the top of the pyramid, just like on your $1 bill. And the letters also forms an O. Here with the eyes, here are the wings.
Now chat, I don't know if y'all remember what Brittany said about the synchronicities, right? And certain numbers meaning agents are around. So I randomly get up, right? And I come outside, I'm about to go to the gym, work out, regular morning stuff. And dude, the biggest synchronicity is right here on. Tell me that's not a synchronicity right there.
Yo.
333333333. Now, if you've been coming to my live, certain numbers she said mean agents are around. So, and 33333 was definitely one of them that meant agents or the Matrix trying to say something to me. So Brittany, I tapped in with Brittany, and she was basically like, yo, pay attention to the conversations you have today. Pay attention to everything. Guys, when you start seeing these numbers, this is when you're realizing you're in control player territory. The Matrix is very real.
Yo, what is this? That thing moving fast? Or did they speed it up? I think they sped it up. That's one of them rockets, huh? Where's it going? Ain't that crazy how ain't they supposed to go up? But them up going sideways, right?
I don't know. It could be me, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. But I'm under the impression that our elders sold us out. That's just my theory. Because it's like, when it comes down to the religion, to the indoctrination, to all this fake news, to the propaganda and stuff like that, they really submit to this stuff. They don't think outside the box. They don't play devil's advocate and think, what if, you know what I'm saying, or question the other side or try to look at perspective. They just be stuck in their own perception, thinking, look, this is what it is and this is what it's got to be. You got to pay Bill. You got to pay Uncle Sam for the rest of your life until you up out of here. And it ain't nowhere else around. It ain't nothing else you can do. But y'all supposed to believe in God, though. Y'all supposed to believe in a higher frequency, though. Y'all believe in something better. You go to church every Sunday praising and screaming to God, but you got so much doubt in your heart. And then when it comes to the systemic stuff, like, I could go present you, hey, I just started a business. You be like, oh, you know, it might not work, but hey, I just got a job. Oh, God, thank you, Jesus, holy Jesus. Like, I really think our elders is sellouts. I really think our elders, even they unconsciously sold out or subconsciously sold out, or they directly sold out and be like, look, y'all can have our youth, y'all can have they, you know, birth certificates and their estates. You can have all that stuff that belong to them, as long as you keep us free, as long as you keep us, you know what I'm saying, out of the agenda and stuff. I don't know. I think they done made a deal with the devil without telling us. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong.
Nah, I think he got a point. I don't think it goes far back as like, you know, our parents or grandparents. Like that's too early. It's got to go back further to the sellout, right? I'm under the impression that we were sold out by the Moors. I think the Moors got scared of the Antichrist, and hey, they bowed and took their crowns off to the Antichrist. I think we kind of know who that might be. And yeah, they're the boule now, and they sold us out. Oh, snap. Finding Nemo is real. Look at that. He literally swallowed the whole person. How scared would y'all be?
Hey. Ya, vente, vente.
Yo, I'd be so nervous.
Agárralo, tranquilo, agárralo. Agárralo, agárralo. No te subas, agárralo.
Okay, there you go, right there. He let him out. But still, though, like, imagine if he didn't have a float, right? Oh, nah. And then we'll like go down really far before it lets you out.
Agárrate de la cuerdita. Agárrate de mi cuerdita. Tranquilo, agárrate de mi cuerdita. Agárrate de mi cuerdita de atrás, de atrás. No me tumbes, no me tumbes. Eso, tranquilo, tranquilo. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Vamos, vamos. We live in a simulation and I can easily prove it for you. How can you guys see all of my head movements even though I have this huge towel between me and the mirror?
I don't know, and it just light reflecting?
It is light reflecting. It's light reflecting off a reality that you guys behind the camera and you are creating because it's being viewed. If you guys were not there to view it just like a simulation, it would save resources and it would not generate that reflection. It goes to the double slit theory. It's the same thing. Let me show you. In this video, it will explain the double slit theory, where light and reality change based on whether or not it's being viewed.
Beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits. You'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously, interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared and two strips appeared. The act of observing which slit it went through changed the behavior of the photons. No one knows why observing a particle causes its behavior to change.
Now that is exactly what happened in that bathroom. Because it was being recorded and also my wife was watching it, reality changed to where you guys were able to see both sides of the tile. Now that 100% proves that we live in a simulation. Now that doesn't mean that there's not a God. That means that God is the programmer.
Yo, they mentioned that in the hologram theory as well, right? I don't know if anybody's familiar with the hologram theory or read any books on the hologram theory, but basically it's like your brain is a hologram and nothing really exists until you look at it, if that makes sense, you know? And they also talk about this at CERN, right? With the atoms, right? And how they can't necessarily observe what's happening because once they do, things disappear. It's weird.
Does anybody else find it weird that Apple has been trying really hard to get everybody to download the new iOS system, making warnings and all this stuff, but people aren't doing that because they don't want to lose TikTok. And then now all of a sudden, TikTok's going back into the App Store. This just feels like a coincidence, like a really weird kind of coincidence right now. What's going on with this new update is what I'm really curious.
Like on tractors that can handle anything from hurricanes to lightning to anything. They use magnets. It's a new theory. Magnets are going to lift the planes up.
Seems like a good idea.
I'm so sorry if you're new here, but vindication!
Democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? To restore democracy.
I mean, imagine they're going down the grocery aisle and the prices from one year to the next are the same, and they're.
What's he trying to tell him? So look, he's basically telling the truth. In all honesty, he's telling Trump, "You're not the president," right? That's the truth. He's by face, he's the president, but he's not. The billionaires are the ones that are in charge. He's the puppet. I'm just saying, the billionaires are the ones in charge. How can you not think so? Right? The president gets paid a salary, and then it's not that high. I'm just saying, y'all. You got to think about these things. Elon is a Doge, right? Or his Elon is a part of what now? The Department of Government Efficiency. A Doge. Go look up what a Doge is in ancient times. Doge is an advisor to the king of the longest oligarchy in history. They putting it right in our face. Now that's crazy. What is that? We got stuff all through the atmosphere. Oh no, look at her.
Yeah,
Voodoo.
Council. So this is what was going on while you wokies were watching the superb owl. Major satanic rituals. The superb owl is one of the biggest satanic rituals on the planet. And yes, what you're seeing here is a witch in the audience with a voodoo doll working voodoo on one of the Kansas City Chief players. I don't know which one. I don't really care. You guys probably know who it is. But anyway, the point is, this entire spectacle is one big grand celebration to a nigga named Moloch. MLK, milk. When you see children going missing and they used to put them on a milk carton, that was for Moloch. Those were sacrifices for Moloch. Yeah, Council. So this took place over there in Iran, Hormuz Island. They had a major rain, and yeah, this was the result. But I hear that Hormuz has red dirt or red sand. Not 100% sure. But this was like a flood, and it created this eventuality. And no matter how you slice it, it's amazing. I think it's beautiful. 2025 on the Gregorian, there's many signs and wonders going down like we always talk about. But this is just one of those amazing things that takes place on Earth that we got to take a second to give thanks. You feel me? We live in a wondrous realm, fam. And they're keeping us blind from the spectrum. And it's not just what's outside there, but it's also what's within ourselves. And we're seeing a lot of the beauty that was hidden from us being expressed now, because we're starting to see the beauty in ourselves, and we're starting to recognize who we really are in the whole system of things and how great we are.
This is Pikeville, Kentucky, y'all. That's crazy.
If you carve this thing, you'll be dead. It is pure turquoise. When you carve stone, you have to know what you're carving, okay? You can't just buy a stone, grind it, chisel it, and cut it without knowing the chemical content. It's really cool to look at, but you cannot carve it dry because it's toxic. Isn't that cool? For example, this is pipestone. Very cool. But do you know this is 100% silica? Silica is deadly, it's dangerous. You have to know what you're carving before you carve it. You have to do your homework.
Got to do your research.
It's been about a week, but I found it again. I've been looking for days.
What's going on under this man's yard?
I hope you guys can hear that.
There's a law in physics that basically says that when you have energy that is vibrating at a particular frequency, within 17 seconds, other energy like that will be attracted to it. So if I'm having a positive thought or a negative thought, then what happens is that energy is attracted to it. I have other thoughts that are like that thought. So if you do that 17 seconds, for 68 seconds, then momentum begins to occur. Let's say that I'm normally, all of our emotions have a frequency to it. So if I'm in despair or anger or worry, all of those are lower, denser frequencies. You get into things like contentment, happiness, joy, love. Those are higher, faster frequencies. So let's say that I normally live in contentment. And that's my set point, because that's where I live. I think about that all the time. That's what my makeup is, that sort of thing. So I'm driving down the highway. All of a sudden, a car cuts me off, and I get angry. So now I'm in the lower, denser frequencies. And so then I go back to the office, and I'm telling all my colleagues, here's what happened. This knucklehead cut me off. Go home, tell my wife that. What am I doing? I'm vibrating angry energy. So I go to the supermarket, and there is somebody in line. I have 3 items, and I'm getting in line, and somebody ahead of me has 38 items. And the guy that's running the cash register, it's his first day, and he's not doing very well. He's very slow. Is that a coincidence? No, it's something for me to get angry about. So I'm attracting into my world whatever it is that I'm vibrating.
Law of attraction.
There was also a theory back in 2020, Howie Mandel was actually being kidnapped.
Don't worry, nobody's kidnapping me.
I want to see if you see the hidden messages.
Hi everybody, Howie Mandel here. Creativity. Just take a regular shopping bag and you clip the 2 corners, and on the front I write shoe stuff. Then can you see it? It says shoe stuff. Shoe stuff.
So look, if you see it, SOS. He made the triangle. He was like shoe stuff. On the S is a 5 and a 5. When you dial 55, you call the police, and it's like, and they ask you, are you being kidnapped right now?
Nah, that's crazy.
Why would he do that? Is that a coincidence?
That's fucked.
He would post a picture like randomly under the bed, like going like this.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then
nobody's comedians.
No, but at the same time, it's like, is this a coincidence? Because when he started making videos, people were like, is he trying to tell us something? People commented, everyone, if you're in danger, wear the color purple. The next video, he wore purple.
Oh shit.
And
so it's like a cry for help.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, is that a coincidence? So it's like, a lot of people did stuff that was less obvious. They're like, okay, if you're in trouble, throw up a peace sign. And then he did peace signs. So it's like, what is true and what is not?
I don't know.
And this is why I don't trust people or eat people's food. Especially spaghetti. This is crazy.
What is that? Ugh. What she put in there, man?
Damn.
Look at that.
Looks like a freaking battle.
Don't it?
Whoa.
And we can't even see what's shooting or any of
Welcome to
that.
Las Vegas.
Yo, what happened to the kitty cat? Look at that. Somebody pulled that mug. You're like, get up off me, G. Look, see? Because ain't no way no cat can move like that on its own. That's like impossible. Yo, this is Detroit. Look at the icy waters. That's so messed up, yo. People's basements probably done for.
It's crazy to me that people believe in Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and invisible things powering our whole lives, but we think energy, vibration, and frequency, and all the things that come with it are still mystical nonsense.
Right.
Why are we not caught up?
Does it frustrate anybody else that we're not allowed to talk about what's really going on in our world? We're not allowed to talk about what's actually unfolding behind closed doors. We can't talk about Maui. We can't talk about North Carolina, and soon we won't be able to talk about LA. We're not supposed to know about the flood insurance that was canceled before North Carolina, and we're not supposed to know about the fire insurance that was canceled before LA. We can't talk about the color blue, and we definitely can't talk about the cities that are coming. We are not allowed to talk about what is really going on in our world. We can't talk about the shipping containers. We can't talk about why celebrities always look so young. We can't talk about what happens in the tunnels, and we definitely can't talk about what happens every single day beneath our feet. We can't talk about what is really going on in our world. Our world is not as it seems. Everybody that you see, that you look up to, our politicians, our celebrities, Hollywood, is not as it seems. Evil is running this world. And it is soon coming to a head, and Satan will step out onto center stage. The beast system is getting set up right in front of our eyes, and we are not allowed to talk about it.
Y'all remember when I told y'all to watch out for the eggs and the chickens, right? Now people are reportedly popping up with giant parasites inside of their eggs. This looked like a 2-foot tapeworm that came out of an egg that a woman was boiling. And this is not the only incident where there's parasites that is coming out of people's eggs. What is going on with our food source? First the chickens catch the bok clap, then the prices of eggs go up, and not only are the prices of eggs go up, now they got little friends inside of them. There are multiple people that are popping up and showing that they have live specimens inside of their eggs.
Nope, I'm good on eggs.
So please check your eggs before you consume them. You might have little creatures in them.
Right.
And I'm not telling y'all to completely stop eating eggs, but before you consume them, you might want to put them under a microscope or further investigation. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about these parasites that's popping up all over in people's eggs in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. And if you want to learn on how people are getting paid residual income from content creation, comment down below ATM and I'm gonna send a method in your DMs. Be aware of the bok clap.
So the whole time, a lot of people ain't been dead. What the fuck is really going on? Somebody gonna get sued.
First of all,
Listen.
you cannot take an organ from a dead body, from a cadaver. Within 3 minutes of no oxygen, you're going to start damaging brain cells. And within 5 minutes, you're going to have cellular death. You have got to be alive to take your organs. That's the end of it. You're not dead. There's no such thing as brain death. If your heart is beating, if you are metabolizing fluids, if you are metabolizing a liquid feed, a soya feed, which they give you, and you're having bowel movements, you are not dead. You're not dead. It's a lie. They're talking about the brain stem, where you've got the hypothalamus, the center that controls your blood pressure, your heartbeat, but the rest, you're not dead. It's a lie. It was a lie that was manufactured so that they could do their eugenics, taking organs from one person to the next. Who makes the best organ donor? Under 30 with a beating heart, a circulation, and ideally on a ventilator. When is the decision made to take your organs? Very early on, probably before you are even aware what they are doing. Because the treatment to preserve your organs is very different to the treatment to save your life. In the UK on the 22nd of May, everybody became an organ donor unless you opt out. People do not know. So the minute that you make that 999 phone call, everything's up there on the screen. They know who you are. This is why they want you on a digital system. Your entire medical history is going to be fed through AI, how much tax you pay, what you're worth to the system. And that's going to come up with whether you're a yay or a nay. Are you getting life-saving treatment or are you on end-of-life care? What age are you? Are you then for organ donor?
That's crazy.
This is very important that people know this. And so you have to ask, what is this? It's eugenics. It's eugenics.
So y'all forcibly telling people like this in order to take their organs? Ain't they? How many people wasn't really dead? The time you look up, they lying to you. But hey, y'all tell me what y'all think, how y'all feel about all this in the comment section. Make sure that y'all like, follow, and share for more content.
Man, look, I know y'all seen Squid Game, right? And what they do with Squid Game, they told you the same thing right there in the show. But that's just like more details to it. So like if you ever have like a family member or somebody who's in the hospital and they put them on, life support, right? And then they come tell you like, Susie's not going to make it. We're going to have to pull the plug. Bro, don't do it. They lying to you. They're lying to you, and they want basically what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the shootings and stuff that happen in neighborhoods with the young kids, right? A lot of them probably didn't ever pass away completely. They probably took them into the ambulance and decided right then and there, oh, we're going to save him for a little bit so that we can put him on ice over here and tell the family that, hey, he ain't make it. I'm just saying, man. $32 years for 1 billion, huh? So if they have 5 companies with 5 plants each, and they make 1 per second, it still would take 10 years to make 7.8, and 30 to get the rest of them. So they already had them manufactured and ready.
We have the theory of gravity. Gravity keeps you on this floor. Gravity attracts everything around its vicinity to create gravity around the Earth. Or, as we say in our astronomy courses when we teach our kids, gravity sucks. Gravity sucks evenly. It pulls everything to the center. But then Einstein gave us a different picture. Gravity doesn't suck at all. We tell our students, we lied to you. Gravity does not pull you to the floor. Space pushes you down. Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you.
It's a lot. That's crazy. Globetards. It's a lot of y'all out there. Look stupid, flurf. Flurf, what's that mean? I don't know what flurf means. Hopefully I ain't saying no crazy word. Half of the sun is cut off by the Earth curve horizon. Flurf. Again, hopefully I ain't saying no crazy words. Pulls out the Nikon P1000. And zooms out. And what do you get? Where's the sun setting to? It's not even setting at all. It's just farther away. You can't see it.
Hey, greetings, everybody. This is Tyler with the Flat Earth Theism channel on Telegram. And this is a live video response to a question that came up in the chat. It's a good question. And it's, how does magnetism work on a flat Earth? Now, I know we've all seen quite a few videos of circumnavigation working with a compass going around the flat Earth, and north is in the center and south is our border. Well, how does the magnetism actually work? Here is a ring magnet setup, and I just want to show you guys what a pole finder does. You got north in the center, south on the edge, north in the center, south on the edge, north in the center, south on the edge, just like we see on our flat Earth, right? North in the middle, and south is our border. So just wanted to point that out. Much love. Hope everyone's doing well.
So, which side are you guys picking? Are picking A or B? Is it going to overflow, or is all the water going to stay in there because it's already in there, right? I'm just saying, right? Think about what they tell us with global warming and how things are just going to flood, the ice caps are going to melt, da 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 da. Let's see. So it wasn't A or B, it was C.
Our calendar is not quite right. We're supposed to have 13 months of 28 days. with one day, the day of resurrection, Easter, as a neutral day. That's our 365 days. We've actually got 13 constellations, not 12. This same calendar is very close to the Mayan calendar, but it's also very close to several ancient Sanskrit calendars. What does sept mean? 7. I thought that was the 9th month. What does oct mean? What does nov mean? What does dec mean? It's supposed to be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month. Jan is 11. Feb is 12. March is 13. April is our first month. Babies are born in the spring, the 1st of April, Easter. This is the start of our new year. This is the start of spring when the flowers start coming up, the grass starts coming up, the trees start leafing out, the babies are born. That's the first day. Our neutral day, day 1, the day we rest and celebrate the resurrection, the new beginning, the beginning of Christ. April is month 1. And then we lost a month in there. Where is it? What's it called? We know what it's called. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but we know what it's called. But this is the true calendar. The Gregorian calendar is SMU. Shit made up by man. To keep us out of our natural cycles. We all vibrate at one of 3 frequencies. Did you know that? Okay. 432 hertz is the God frequency. That's the celestial frequency. Then we have a telestial and a terrestrial frequency. Darn right. She says that why when people are true, we can feel it and we can sense it. We know that it's right. You know, we don't even have to research it. We know, we can feel it. We feel it in our bodies and our spirits and our souls, and we know it's right.
By the way, 528 hertz is the love vibration or the DNA healing vibration.
By the way, 528 and 633 and 432 are our 3 frequencies, okay? So it depends on whether you're celestial, telestial, or terrestrial. That's 60. 60. Well, what is, yeah, 5G. What is our clocks been running at? 60. All of our electricity, 60. We've been under Satan for a long time. This is a satanic frequency. It's really celestial, telestial, and terrestrial, believe it or not. Our church teaches us as 3 degrees of heaven, but it's really our 3 frequencies. Our souls are energy. The energy holds our minerals together, which is our bodies. Our bodies are nothing more than the dust of the earth, held together by energy, by our souls. So anyway.
Yo, not gonna lie. I need to know what the rest of the months are. What's the missing month? Does anybody know what the name of the missing month is? Let me know in the comments section.
Of a 4,000 miles radius being spun round once every 24 hours, a little bit of calculations will show that that person there is being spun round at about 1,000 miles an hour and doesn't know it. I mean, this is obvious nonsense. You go on a merry-go-round and it goes, I doubt, more than 10 miles an hour, and you get off all dizzy. You mean to tell me that people can be spun round at approximately 1,000 miles an hour and not know it? Why, if this is so, this whole room that we're in is supposedly being spun round at something of approximately that order of speed, and we don't know it?
That's one of the dumbest questions. Let's go to the end. Let's go to the edge.
There is no edge, you dipshit. That's the 7 known continents right here. All the 7 known continents within this range here. It's outer space, not upper space, outer space. You want to see where Mars is when they say they're going to Mars? Terra de Marte, the land of Mars. See that? There's more land. Oh, there's the lands of Venus. Oh, it keeps going. It's outer space, dipshit. Extraterrestrials, extra terrain, terrestrial means terrain, terrain means land, extra land. They're telling you there's not just 7 continents, that there's thousands of continents. You stupid fucking glowtard.
This next point I found extremely interesting. Official documentation claiming the Earth is flat, and that mathematical equations used in aeronautics assume a flat, non-rotating Earth. Check these out. This is a CIA document sourced from the Russians, and it's titled Dissertations Defended in the Scientific Council of the Institute of Physics of the Earth. In the document, it mentions a near sun and a formula that is derived on the assumption of a flat Earth. This United States Army document from the Army Research Laboratory on the propagation of electromagnetic fields over flat Earth mentions transmitters placed on the surface of a flat, idealized Earth. In one of its figures, it also mentions flat Earth. In another Army Research Laboratory document, it depicts a diagram showing a flat Earth, crepuscular rays that we mentioned earlier, and a near and localized sun. Here's another document on projectile flight dynamics, and the equations in the document assume a flat Earth. Here's a NASA document on the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. Introduction. This report details the development of the linear model of rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA document on the SR-71 Blackbird and its top speed of 2,193 miles per hour. Maneuvers depending on a non-turbulent atmosphere and a non-rotating Earth. Federal Aviation Administration document. Equations of motion assuming a flat, non-rotating Earth. Another NASA document. A rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. An aircraft model for the AIAA Controlled Design Challenge. Flight dynamics of a rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA Technical Paper 1285, Flat, Non-Rotating Earth. A NASA Georgia Tech project in conjunction with the U.S. Air Force. A model frequently used is that of a flat, non-rotating Earth. You might argue that some of these documents are taken out of context, but you have to admit that a lot of these flight calculations are based on a flat, non-rotating Earth because they come right out and say it.
Literally.
Oh yeah, just go through them.
This is my favorite. Two guys playing golf. 2, Apollo 14, Alan Shepard and Ed Mitchell, I think, is the other guy. Third astronaut always stayed in the orbiter 60 miles up, so who pushed the shutter button? Manual camera, no timer, no remote shutter. You had to push the button on the camera to take a picture. Nobody was there to push the button on the camera. It's fake. Here's one. Moon rover, lots of footprints, no tire tracks. It's called fake. And here's the guy, Stanley Kubrick. They think Stanley helped NASA fake the moon landings. And there's more. Here's one. This is Apollo 17, last trip. You ever seen this moon? There's the sun right there. Does it look about this big? Maybe a little bit bigger? Well, guess what? The Earth, the sun and the moon are at the same, look the same size, right?
What if the
what
if the rover was disassembled and they put it together?
Hey, he's doing a podcast. Can you hold that? Can you hold that question? No, you're fine. Just hold it. Okay. Well, guess what? From the same distance, the Earth is 4 times larger than the moon. They made the Earth too small. It should be at least 4 times larger. They made it too small when they photoshopped it into this picture before Photoshop. Yeah. Here's one. 2 guys on the ground, Apollo 15, took each other's pictures. But this guy is holding the only camera. How'd they take this pretty picture with no camera? It's called fake. Here's one. This picture was taken 38 minutes after this picture. This crater in the middle is gone, and there's not even any footprints where the crater used to be. I think somebody was having a good laugh on the movie set with a rake. Here's one. Here's the press conference 2 months after they got back from the Apollo 11, all rested up. They look like they came from a funeral. You can watch the whole press conference on YouTube because they didn't want to lie about the hoax. Here's one. This picture on the right was taken 54 minutes after the picture on the left. But if you read the description on NASA.gov, they say this dark gray the ground was scoured by the rocket engine. Did they already landed here? Did they climb back up into the lander and fire up the rockets just to scour the ground? It's bullshit. It's garbage. And here's one. How do you land a 5-ton lander with rockets only and not even disturb the dust underneath the main rocket engine and never got any dust on the pads? It's all fake.
Dang. They say the Lord is our shepherd, huh? Well, I say I'm not a sheep.
Look at this photograph. Tell me, this is the Cassini spacecraft.
Oh, you don't miss anything. That's cool.
What am I looking
Oh, yeah,
at
yeah.
this
So
photograph right
so this is not dust here. This is Earth seen through the rings of Saturn. Earth. This is Earth. This is Earth. Earth. Earth.
If there were a firmament that was getting lower to the ground as you went south beyond the Antarctic shoreline, planes would have to fly lower. That is something that would just make sense on the biblical Earth model. And when you look into what actually happens in Antarctica, you find out that, wait a minute, planes do actually fly lower. How much lower? Well, a lot lower. When you look at their elevation, it's around 11,000 feet.
It's a big
in
difference.
the Antarctic region. When you go to the Arctic, it should be exactly the same because they say we live on a globe and the south and the north are exactly the same. However, they're flying at 29,000 feet, far higher because they don't have to worry about a barrier. And it's not some barrier we're making up. There is footage of this barrier. We've shared it before. There are declassified documents that speak of it. The Encyclopedia Britannica talks about a dome-like structure being around 13,000 feet beyond the 80th south parallel. I used to think there could be another explanation for that. However, there might be some truth to those numbers given that they're flying that low in Antarctica. What do you guys think? Let us know. I think this is fascinating.
I want to be an astronaut.
Oh, you want to be an astronaut? Well, that's great. You can be an astronaut. All you have to do is study flying or science, and maybe someday you could be the first astronaut to walk on the moon.
No! There already was an astronaut who first walked on the moon.
Was there, though?
Well, no, not really. That wasn't real. See, there was this thing called the Cold War, and in order to beat the Russians, we kind of faked that. That never happened. See how there's no windows on the side? And see underneath where there's like a pod thing? What's that, right? Take a look at this wreckage. See how there's no plane parts on the ground there? What does that look like?
A methyl.
You see, President Bush was in a secret society at Yale called the Skull and Bones. His dad was too, and they all worship Satan.
President Bush worshipped Satan?
In my personal opinion, absolutely.
Look at this, y'all. Look what they about to do with this. This is how you're gonna see all these globes were made based off of an image like this.
Wait. This video could change your perspective on everything. You guys know what water acts like in reality, right? It needs a container. It always finds its level at rest. Like, everyone knows this, right? Like, no matter what container you put underwater, it's like all on the surface, it's gonna lay level. Like, I hope that we can agree on this. This is just like basic reality. When water doesn't have a container, it runs to find its level or its new container. So, riddle me this. There's this many gallons of water in our ocean. How am I supposed to believe that I'm on this? Where is the level water? And where's the container? Got something really weird. This will put this into perspective. Yeah. Just look at this picture too long and yeah. Is anyone thinking about this? Like, that many gallons of water. We know how water acts. You think that it's just deciding to curve 8 inches per mile squared to the convexity of an oblate spheroid? Sea level, guys. Sea level, not sea curve, for a reason. And water doesn't lie. People do. Like, if you weren't aware, we're using water as a leveling tool. It's pretty good at finding its level and laying level. But that's not all water can tell us. Wouldn't there be distortion to this surface if there was any convexity? Like,
that's a good one.
It's like perfectly reflected to me. And you may say, well, on your model, where's the container? All the water's falling off the edge. Take a picture of the edge, bro. There's no edge. Sorry. Antarctica is actually not a continent on the bottom side of an oblate spheroid. It's actually an ice wall. Kind of like Game of Thrones, yeah. Encompassing us 360 degrees, containing the water. Seriously, water needs a container. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Observable, repeatable, measurable, yeah. Get this? Nobody can model this. I don't care how big the ball, I don't care how little the ball. Give me a ball and make water stick to the outside of it while it spins and everything, you know? Like, show me, like, seriously.
It's not gonna happen.
This is for the guy that commented on my last post and said that the Bible tells everyone the earth's a ball. Seriously, man. Read the Bible again. But if you guys want more pseudoscience being exposed on your For You page, make sure you're following me here, and then click on my profile and check out my link tree. It's got my podcast, my Telegram, my YouTube, everything. And be like water, guys. Don't get attached to spinning balls.
Be like water.
No, it's flat. That's what I got, mama. And the sky you look at ain't nothing but a projector. Look at the sky. It's been the same fucking dipper for the last 30,000 years. How the fucking same stars gonna keep forming the same damn way? So, and we moving.
And we moving.
And we moving in circles. Yeah. With the same fucking stars keep floating. It's like, no, gang. Come on, you tripping. You
Orbiting, huh? So all these stars that's millions of miles away, that's supposed to be stars from different systems, are orbiting us. What's that tell you? Ain't the Earth flat then?
You don't, gang. The star, that's an illusion, gang. So if the world go to Alaska then, go to Alaska and go over that ice wall. Go to Alaska and go over the ice wall. When you get to Alaska over the ice wall, where the sun don't shine, then you go see the other part. Right. I don't want to talk about that because the government gonna try to shut us down. Okay.
What is one thing you can tell a white person that'll make them glitch?
Andy could set you up.
What's your type? You know, a gorgeous black woman would be amazing for me.
I see several in the audience. Yes.
Amazing for
yes.
me.
Okay, good.
Very good.
Oh my gosh. I mean, okay, we're working it out.
Hey, what's going on?
We're working it out. We're working it out.
Nice. All right.
Oh, she's engaged. She's engaged.
They didn't know what to do. That's crazy.
How's Kanye? You have
Well,
love
I
for him?
met like 5 or 6 different Kanye.
Do you remember when
The
he was
first
a nerd?
4 was awesome. The last two was a little bit.
Couldn't you be like, do a Steve Harvey, be like, enough of this foolishness?
No, music is sort of like a mind your business thing.
Mm-hmm. He said 4 or 5 different Kanyes.
So let me get this right. The French president is married to his father, and I know what y'all gonna say. What are you talking about?
What?
And honestly, I was saying the same thing when I heard it, but it's all over my timeline. So basically, Candace Owens, and I know y'all know Candace Owens, she's known for doing research. For whatever reason, she got wind that the French president's wife was a man. Now, we're not gonna get into that, but what we are gonna get into is the fact that she did research, and basically the research came back that allegedly, and I'm saying allegedly because I don't know if it's true or not, that the woman that he's married to is his father. Now, mind you, Candace Owens has been doing research on this for over a year. Now, I didn't totally jump down this rabbit hole, because y'all know I jumped down rabbit hole. But if anybody knows about President Emmanuel Macron, and if anybody has any truth to this fact, please put it in them comments. Because let me tell you something, Candace Owens is very convincing at this time. She is very, very convincing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, guess what? You can search it. Search it and let me know. This shit's crazy.
Here you go right here.
So I said, if E equals mc squared, then E divided by c squared equals m. Saying that if energy is fast matter, then all matter is slow energy. When we see things, when we perceive our environment, our eyes are slowing down energy, and I'm allowed to see it as matter. So that process of energy being slowed down by c squared, my theory says that it's happening in the mind. Our brain is a particle decelerator. So scientists use particle accelerators all of the time, speed up particles to emulate the beginning of the universe, smash atoms together. So I said, no, our brains are particle decelerators. We take all of this energy that's happening in rapid succession and we slow it down so that it makes sense that we have an interface. This reality is an interface with each other. That's essentially what's happening with our eyes. There's a reason I can't hear light, because the speed that ears interpret at is for sound. It's at Mach 1 through, you know, our range of sound. It's not fast enough to perceive light.
The reason that all your computer screens are blue lit, the reason none of them are red lit, the reason none of them pay attention to circadian biology is because that original technology was developed in a government program that Bobby Kennedy knows about, and I happen to know about because I went to medical school at LSU. For those of you who've never heard about Operation Paperclip, you think it's all conspiracy theory. So at Tulane Neurology and Tulane Neurosurgery in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, the CIA started a program there where they would do all these crazy things to monkeys. The CIA wanted to see how they could control things utilizing different things like drugs and things like that. Where the neurosurgeons got involved, which is my clade, we would drill tops of the heads off, put wires into the thalamus, put electricity in there, and kind of see what kind of behavioral changes we could have. One of the guys that was in that program was a guy named Professor Delgado. When he saw that we could control the behavior with the wired device, he said, what if we do it wirelessly? So he checked it in monkeys and checked it in bulls, and it turned out you can do it wirelessly with RFID chips and semiconductors. Then the CIA took it to the next level. They said, well, since this is electromagnetic radiation, what if we did it through light through screens? And it turns out you can. And that's the reason why all your computer screens have the frequencies they have. So why is this all important? Well, the person that set this meeting up between me and Bobby is the patent attorney that made sure that Google and Meta have those things so they can control the things that we all do. Where did the original idea come from that started off in MK Ultra with the CIA? You're going to be surprised when you hear this. It came from the mafia in Las Vegas. They wanted to build a new city in a desert. They enclosed it all, blacked out the windows, invented slot machines that were blue lit, and they found out that they didn't have to take a gun, stick it in your face to steal your money. Then they even got smart. They said, let's give people free alcohol while they're doing that. And they found out they got the money quicker. And that's when the CIA got the idea to start this program. That's really how it started.
That's weird. What the fuck is this in Little River, South Carolina? They're moving. I'm out here doing DoorDash.
Hey, shout out to the Tyler, the Creator, in the background.
Do you see that? I mean, I thought they might have been like towers or something, but do you see
Nah, there ain't no towers.
how they're moving in formation? Let me scroll out. That's fucking weird.
They are like low-key, slowly moving, right?
I mean, I know we're supposed to be delivering this DoorDash order, but...
Oh, nah. DoorDash. See, that's why my stuff be late. You be having people out here stargazing, looking up into the sky. She just admitted it. I'm finna write a complaint.
Alright, I'm gonna get the...
That is crazy.
Being bringing some cloud cover. This isn't spring break. We need somber.
Copy that. Let's try this one. There you go.
Thank you.
Tower out.
They can change the sky. You think they're trying to tell us something? Hey, it's a lot of gems in that show, Paradise.
Let's see some class. Look at this. So I flip this to L2, and then I bring this to 1, and fire. Now look at that. Right? Fire.
Spraying us.
Okay, good.
And a lot of other stuff too. I'm sure.
These music executives were vacationing in Barbados and they saw Rihanna and her friends on the beach and approached her, but she was a teenager and she was able to leave Barbados with these grown white men to go to New York City, where they kept her in the room for 24 hours straight and signed her on the spot. It's hard for island girls to actually leave the island. So who paid money for this girl to leave?
Right.
So you telling me California going through a flood after they asses had all them wildfires and the people still ain't pick up the debris? Texas flooding, and on top of Texas flooding, they just now rescue some American children from South America through the tunnels of Dallas, Texas. A 54-inch water main broke in Detroit, now it's flooding. Tennessee flooding again. Virginia flooding. Airplanes and shit just falling out the sky every time we look up. And on top of all of that, it was a shitload of people moving in out of Washington, D.C. And don't nobody know why, but as we look around, maybe these the reasons why. Everybody catching snow and then some more snow about to hit in Texas, Georgia, on the East Coast, and in the Midwest. What the fuck is really going on? Like, y'all ain't, some ain't right, some ain't adding up, man.
Some definitely ain't adding up.
I'm not sure what year this car is, but it's an old Ford. And
really old.
Probably in the 40s model. If you look at the front logo, you see the new logo from this new reality. But, weird thing, if you walk around to the back and look at the back logo on the bumper, look at that.
Oh, dang.
That's the residual reality from the old Ford logo. Notice, no hooky, no pigtail.
Man.
So tell me why I blocked Facebook on TikTok, right? And my TikTok crashed. I opened TikTok back up and Facebook is unblocked. What?
What? Hey, you know, I think I blocked them too. Let me check. Yeah, I blocked it. It's still blocked. What? Let me see what it says. When you find out some drinks have an ingredient called cyanocobalamin, in which it is made traditionally from human waste, but the website says it's not from human waste. Hard pass on the Celsius. Guys, I know it's difficult to get off of the caffeine, right? It's a crazy addiction. But if you're not going to get off the caffeine or the energy drinks, at least consciously pick the ones that you are going to drink, right? Look at the ingredients, because most of them have this B12 ingredient called cyanocobalamin, right? And you don't really want that, you know. Anybody ever heard of a cyanide, cyanocobalamin? Similar. There's another one called methylcobalamin, right? That one is an actual it's an organic substance. I think cyanocobalamin is inorganic. It's like they put it in there, but methylcobalamin is like an organic form of B12. I don't know. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just kind of throwing this information out there for you guys. But look at the labels and try to stay away from this one.
We are eating ourselves.
Wow.
Let me say that again.
Wow.
We are eating human. We are eating ourselves.
What the fuck?
And this is why I say what I say. The more I eat it, the way that I feel, what my spirit is telling me. And like I said before, there is no plants in any building. There's no amount of plants in any building across the world that can produce as much as meat as we eat. But guess what? They are producing every day.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever thought about that?
Oh, shit.
There's nothing growing that fast to be able to feed Wendy's, McDonald's, Popeyes, JJ's, Sharks, this fine dining restaurant, that fine dining restaurant. You tell me what's growing that fast and what's moving that fast besides people dying.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
There's one of the most evil, vicious Navy bases in the history of the planet. They do stuff that would make look like Santa Claus. Diana Garcia.
So,
wait.
Huh?
Diego Garcia. That's where that first Malaysian plane is. That's where it landed. Had 4 scientists in it. Huh? 20 scientists, but 4 had filed for patents. It was Malaysia, but they worked out of Austin, Texas, for Texas Instrument. And the ones behind that plane, Texas Instrument, the government, and Boeing, who made the plane. And everybody is stupid enough to believe that a plane almost a block long can just disappear. With the electronics we have, all the technology we have. So we got 4 of those top scientists that had filed for patents worth $400 billion. So if 1, 2, 3 of us and your brother, 4, we filed for patents. And then there's a friend of yours who's with us. So 5 of us filed for patents. If we die before the patent is granted, then your brother, who wasn't on the plane with us, he owns them all. So those 4 scientists, and the 5th person was the Carlisle group. They own them all now. The patent was granted 3 days after the plane was missing. Okay? And So what I'm saying is, this is the game, and if you can't follow that thread, then you don't see.
That's crazy.
Huh?
What were the patents for?
Well, the patents was, you heard people talk about they're gonna one day inject you and can control you. Well, these guys come up with something, they don't have to inject you. They just put in this room and you come in and you smell it. That's what they were for.
Do you guys believe this man's story?
The airplane lady.
Those people aren't real?
Yeah. No one's been able to track her down, right? She just popped up this past week on TMZ.
It's basically her just saying, I apologize, I shouldn't have done that. When I saw it, I was like, that doesn't look like her. We didn't know who she was for the first couple of weeks. Like, they couldn't even find a name or anything. She started a new Twitter account when she posted this video. The first person she followed was TMZ. So people started doing like some AI face detection. There's this guy that does it online professionally, and he says you get a score of 0.6 or below, it is the same person. He put the videos that were on the plane, videos that were outside the plane of the real Tiffany.
And it's not her.
1.2. Guys, like, I was not expecting this. I was like, actually, he's like, this makes me really interested.
Wow.
Then one other dude goes on and checks her IP address that she sent out from the video. Okay. Guess where it tracked to?
TMZ headquarters.
Texas, away from the White House in Washington, D.C.
Stop it right now!
So did she see something, and then they put in a double to be like, this was so embarrassing.
Weird. You know what?
That's crazy.
I remember Sterling came, actually our coach came along and he said, you guys don't be upset, but I've been told to take y'all out after the first 5 minutes of the game because Sterling wanted to see David Robinson keep the scoring title in the West because he didn't want Shaquille O'Neal to get the scoring title in the East.
I remember when he hit 60 or something like that.
70.
70.
Hit 70. He had
Time out.
43
So
at
that
half.
game was fixed. He told y'all that y'all not gonna play because he want them.
Took us out, and if you go back and watch that game, we didn't play after that.
I remember Dave Robinson.
And I
hitting
remember
70,
walking off the bench
but I don't know
toward the end of the game, and I'm like, I'm out. They can't offer me enough. I'm done.
You are
done.
Backstory on the history. I remember that 70. I remember that being a game.
You ask Mark Jackson or Ron Harper, they'll tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Donald Sterling.
Most popular national park conspiracies from the comments on my video. We'll start with this one. Thousands of people that have gone missing. Apparently there's a documentary called Missing 411. Next up is Staircases to Nowhere. And I have done a little digging on this, and I encourage you to give that a little Google search yourself because that is bizarre. Next is something that spiritually resonates with me, and I'm gonna have to sort of say it in code, but it's shmumen, shmunting, schmarties, and like ritual stuff, like by the elite. That was a very popular comment, like a couple dozen. And finally, like tunnels, caves, and ancient ruins that hold evidence of a civilization, potentially the indigenous peoples, that made use of free energy technology. I'd say a runner-up is some of the UFO activity. It's my opinion that our understanding of UFO activity, based on all of the research I've read, that it's much more of a multidimensional phenomenon than it is like an actual physical craft phenomenon, unless it's our own red, white, and blue boys doing it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It could be anybody. It could be multi-dimensional. You guys think it's multi-dimensional, or do you think it's our own red, white, and blue boys?
Right. That's for sure. Yes. And we learned a lot with the Twitter files. And that just then raises...
Watch his superiority over Trump, right in front of your face. See, now look at his feet. See where his feet is right now? It's like right almost touching Donald Trump's. Now, pay attention to that foot. Pay attention to that foot when he talks again. Look at it. Look at the foot. Look at it. See how it's touching? But watch this. He's finna show his superiority.
We settled on this. Well, thanks for having me. I'm just trying to be useful. This is the interesting. This is where we are as a society, and I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do it anyway. You're doing all of these things. Nobody at Doge gets paid a penny, correct?
Well, actually, some people are federal employees.
Some okay, committed people. So yes. You're committed to helping the blind see.
Hey, it could mean some superiority stuff, you know, because, I mean, he did fund everything for everything and probably cheated the whole system. Allegedly, guys, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make no crazy claims. So they take my video down. But or he could just have like a bad knee and just want to stretch a little bit, you know. Let me just put my leg out a little bit, because I know if that was me, I would have had to stretch my knee. I can't sit down like that for too long. Even under here, I don't know if you guys ever see me moving. I'm like, man, I gotta move my knees. Age, man, age.
So what's going on?
Just here, come here. Oh, I'll show you because it's just easier to see. Because someone lost their ring yesterday, and I'm sorry for accusing you.
No, don't say sorry now. After you text me all this information that I'm the one that stole the ring.
So just take a look, okay? So your this is you walking in, right? There's clean slot. There's no bulge. All right, hang on. I mean, this is just, I'm trying to get this lady's ring, that's all.
Yeah, and I'm the one that.
So, well, just look at your pants, right? There's no bulge there. Okay?
A bulge for a ring?
And then I'll have you watch. You have your pants. Why'd you go back in?
Because I have my water bottle in there.
Okay, so.
And I have other stuff in there. That's why.
Hold on, don't even explain yourself there.
So.
Who else did you call about this ring?
No one else has. So I looked through the footage. I looked through the footage for the whole day until the lady walked out, and this is the only time anyone got near that cubby.
Right.
That's the only reason I brought this up. So you're gonna pull out your water bottle, right?
No, I don't know what I'm gonna pull up, but I know I got my pants and I had other stuff in that cubby because I put more than my pants in that cubby.
Okay. So you're gonna.
So let the video play.
You're gonna grab that other stuff.
I'm gonna do whatever I do to get my pants.
See. That's
what is that?
I'm thinking the ring is in. Right
Did you
there.
zoom in?
That's what I'm
He said
thinking.
that's what he's thinking.
I'm trying to figure this out.
You're trying to paint the picture that's not there is what you're doing.
Right.
It was almost as if you were trying to bait her into saying, "Oh, I took the ring," and that's not what it is. And telling her that's a felony.
No, you saw the picture of when she walked in with her pants, and there's no bulge in the pants. Correct? That initial picture.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
You're digging too deep into something that's not there.
Well,
like what bulge?
I'm looking. Wants you to believe.
No, I want to see the bulge. Where's the bulge?
Yeah, let's see the bulge that you see. Like if he has all these screenshots, this is crazy.
I'm trying to figure out. See that? So
her socks?
Oh, I put
no,
it in my pants.
right there.
I put the ring there, huh?
That's what I'm thinking.
That looks like the floor. That doesn't even.
On this, guys. This is where the ring is. It's in my pants down there. Yeah. That's where I needed to go. The lady's ring who's stolen it.
That's wild, yo.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's it.
I've looked at all the videos, and this is the only explanation.
Cancel your
If you're
membership.
saying you
Get
didn't
up out
take
of
it,
there.
Then you didn't take it. That's fine.
But that's something
They
that
don't
you
want
do
you there
when
anyway.
you ask it's somebody,
I
the way that you've gone
apologize.
about this, and you're a
I'm so
manager
sorry.
of a store.
Yes.
Or a gym, and this is how you go about things professionally. That's not the process that you take. If somebody's things go missing, you don't sit there and text a customer. I'm not even a customer yet.
No.
You don't text somebody and say, this is a felony, it's $1,000. I have you on footage, I have you on camera stealing a ring.
It's like
that's very insulting and demeaning to me as a person that you think I'm gonna steal a ring.
I did not think that. It's what the
No,
footage
yes,
shows.
you did think that. Because the footage does not show me that.
It
does not
doesn't show
me
the ring
stealing a ring
itself, correct.
No, it does not show me stealing any ring.
Yeah.
So you're making this up in your mind and you're projecting that onto me and telling me that's what's happening. But that's not what happened.
Okay.
So who's the owner?
Y'all, we finna go to Hot Works, Yelp, Google reviews, whatever it is, and
Well, you're supposed to be with the customer. Oh, not in this room. I'm the boss here, Robin. I'm not paying her, I'm paying you. Nope, but I pay her, so she does what I say. And come on, Sharon. You'll be fine. You want to leave? I will, if you don't do my hair. You have your color on, and you want to talk to me like that? Yeah. Robin. Sure. Robin, she's my assistant. She got his hair. I want you to do my hair. I'm not going to tell you again. Robin, don't talk to me that way. I can't. You can go. No, you're not going to talk to me that way.
You guys should go.
Robin, you don't. Robin, you're not going to talk to me disrespectfully. Well, then you don't either. I'm going to have you do my hair. You're right. I want you. Right. And just relax. Take a breath. I will. Take a breath. Robin, you can't talk to people like that and think that people are just gonna like do whatever you say. I came to get my hair. I know, and I am running a full-blown business, and I'm training someone. And wait, really, honestly, Robin, if you don't want to hear me out and like get to the resolution of this, you can leave with half your color on. Are you gonna fucking hit me? Robin, get the fuck out.
Karen.
Get out, and do not cause a scene in my business. You just almost went to hit me, and you know what? It's on camera. Robin, you didn't? Oh, get out. Here, let me get this. Oh my God. Ew, Robin, that was fucking disgusting. You just made me waste product. Come on. Oh my God, you're gonna let me go out. You want to disrespect me? Look how you just spoke to me and like she just saw that. Robin, I'm just having. I apologize. I'm having a lot of stress in my life. Robin, that was a lot, Robin. Oh my God.
Look, you see how she want to cry and I apologize. I'm having so much stress. I'm just racist. Come on, man.
Sorry, Robin. Please. No, Robin. Please. Robin, that way. Like, come on, Robin. I need you to go. We're gonna have to reschedule. I'm sorry. That like took you at me shaking. Like I've never had someone do that to me. Well, I can't go with my hair. But you should think about that before you are disrespectful. That was like wild, Robin. Like I've never had that. Okay, fine. No, Robin. Let's just deal with this later. Like, I just need you to go. Like that was super disrespectful. Like, I can't even believe you told me like that. Like, I really took care of you when no one in the other salon wanted to do your hair. I wanted to do your hair, and we created a bond. And you just broke that bond. You're just going to go home and wash it. Robin, you can't disrespect people and expect people to do services for you. This is a service. It's not like the bank. You know what I mean? Like, I understand your situation with the bank, but you can't come in here in my business and make it like... I have a lot of pressure from my daughter. You know what? I have a lot of pressure, too, Robin. We all have pressures. Let's just end this. Here, Robin, honestly, I appreciate you. Like, I'm wasting so much product, and, like, I don't want you to waste your time, but that was a lot. Like, I'm going to need you to go. Okay.
Bye, Robin.
I'm being threatened with to be arrested if I don't allow the officer to draw the blood.
Yes, please. I'm going to arrest her. We have exigent circumstances for a blood draw on the patient that's upstairs. She is refusing, and my lieutenant says that if she doesn't... Salt Lake City Police, which I'm sure you'll get to meet my lieutenant soon. And if I don't get to go get the blood, I'm taking her to jail. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather not do it either.
Yo, he trying to use his power as a police officer, threatening arrest to try to make them feel scared to allow him to do whatever heinous crime he's about to go do to that patient. Because since when does a cop have to go draw some blood? You know what I'm saying? Against the will of the doctors or the nurses. I don't know.
Hi. Can you protect me? I've been threatened to be placed under arrest by this officer here. I'm trying to prohibit him from drawing blood on one of my patients who he does not have a warrant for.
If things still keep going the way they're going, I'm arresting her for interfering with a criminal investigation.
If he's conducting an investigation, it's obstructing justice. Okay, I'm just being told what to do by my entire hospital.
And I'm being told what to do by my boss.
Okay, so
and I'm going to do what my boss says.
There's no reason that this has gotten as elevated as it has.
If he wants to arrest him, I'm not going to stop him.
He said if this guy's going to arrest me, he's not going to stop him.
Yeah, let's let it go.
That's fine. I'd love to get on that right here.
Yeah, let's not, we're not doing one thing or another until House Soup gets here, yeah?
Yeah, and I've got more of my guys coming up, so.
This officer's trying to arrest me. He's agreeing with this officer. He needs to have a warrant signed by a judge that says he can draw blood. And he doesn't have
And there's
that.
also the laws that talk about exigent circumstances and implied consent law, which does apply.
Okay, I can have you talk to our private field.
Okay, well.
But until he says yes, we can't.
Okay, she's going to jail.
Why?
Interfering with the criminal investigation per my watch. Okay, and it's coming from mine. But I either go away with blood and vials or body in tow. And that's my only choices.
What's up, Payne?
This young lady right here, right now, is not free to go about her business. Her watch command, if she does not allow me to go get a blood draw from a guy up in the burn unit, she's going to jail.
And I'm just trying to do what I've been told to do by the hospital.
Where's the disconnect?
Yes, that's the
What's the problem? They don't want to abide by the implied consent law or exigent circumstances. They want it to be a search warrant.
So where's the lieutenant? He's coming in.
I've talked to him on the phone. She's talked to him on the phone. He was the first one to tell her that if I don't get the blood, she's getting arrested.
I don't know why you have to be so awful and threatening. I'm not here to
I'm just stating what will happen.
We can both say that, sir. I'm just a nurse trying to protect the patients and do what my hospital has obligated me to do.
Believe it or not, I'm trying to protect him too.
I have two officers.
No, she's no. Wait. I said that wrong. No, he's not trying to protect nothing. Nothing. Go out back to the streets and go protect what you need to be protecting. You ain't here harassing a lady in a hospital.
They don't have PC.
Is this patient under arrest?
Nope.
He still says he's not under arrest. Do you have an electronic warrant?
No.
No, it's every single one. So then, hold on, Brad. So I printed this off. This is what I was told to print off. I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. This is something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest. And neither of those things, the patient can't consent. He's told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest.
Okay, so I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Am I fair to surmise that?
Alex, you're not representing. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just representing. Why are you blaming the messenger, sir?
She's the one that has told me no.
This is why you need to be preparing for.
This is why you can't trust them. I'm just being honest. You can't trust them. Imagine if one of your family members in a hospital, right? And they're in the hospital because some dirty thing happened to them. You know, hey, man, y'all lying to yourselves if you don't think it's 30 cops out here. Now imagine he go up there and try to finish the job so that somebody can't say what he was doing. You get what I'm saying? You can't really trust them just because they got a badge. And shout out to that nurse for standing her ground because that was what she was supposed to do.
February 23rd through February the 28th. This is a big freaking deal. Because on February the 23rd, Mars goes direct. And thank fucking God for that. Let me tell you. Mars has been in retrograde since before the beginning of the year. Over the past couple months, there's been a lot of breakups. There's been a lot of family strife. You may have been feeling extremely lethargic. Because when Mars started the retrograde, it was in Leo, which was dialing back self-expression. But it's almost time to express ourselves, baby! Because Mars is going to be coming out of retrograde. It's still going to be in Cancer, but it's moving forward, which means our actions are starting to move forward. Our passions are starting to drive our momentum. Mars representing action, passion, that fire energy. Come on now. Once Mars leaves Cancer, it's going to be going back into Leo, which means it's time to express ourselves. But back to that whole point about between February 23rd and February 28th. So Mars going direct on the 23rd, that brings themes of money because 23 is the number of wealth. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 is the number of wealth because the letter W is the 23rd letter of the alphabet. And I can list countless examples of how 5 is the number of wealth. I'll just give you the simple one. America is a life path 5 and it's seen as a country of wealth. Fuck what you heard. It's a symbol of wealth and limitless opportunity, and that's what that 23 version of 5 represents. And then Mars is ending the retrograde and going direct on the 23rd. This is about limitless opportunity when it comes to what? Wealth. Now on the 28th, we have a new moon in Pisces. And did I mention that all this is taking place in a 9-year? Okay, let's talk about that real quick. The number 9 may be the most misunderstood number in all of numerology. However, for this specific event, what you need to understand is 9 is the number of manifestation because 9 rules the letters I and R. That's illusion and reality, bringing things from the imagination into reality. Things have to be manifested through the heart. The thing is, the new moon is also in Pisces. Pisces represents everything ethereal, everything that isn't real, everything that isn't tangible, everything that isn't in the physical world. And with that new moon in Pisces, that's all about bringing things from the illusion, from the imagination into reality in a 9 freaking year, which is the number of manifestation. And the new moon happens in the 9th degree of Pisces on the 28th. When you take 28 and put it with 9, you get billionaire energy. Steve Jobs was a life path 28. That's why he named all of his products I something. iPad, 9pad, iPhone, 9 phone. He was utilizing that 9 and 28 in combination to create wealth, and you can too during this wealth manifestation event. During the 23rd and the 28th, you need to be planting the seeds for what you want to manifest. On the 23rd, Mars goes direct in a water sign. On the 28th, the new moon is in a water sign. Water is nurturing. Water is the heart. Water is emotion. So you need to be planting the seeds, checking in with how you feel, and making sure the thoughts and the emotions are in alignment to manifest that wealth. The best way to do that is to know what type of manifester you are out of the 144 different types. And yes, there are 144 different types. Come on now. 9 is the number of manifestation. 144, 1 plus 4 plus 4 equals what? 9, because that's how it all works. And if it seems like your manifestations aren't coming to fruition, you're probably trying to manifest in a way that is not in alignment with the type of manifester that you are. If you knew what type of manifester you were, you'd know exactly what to do to manifest and what not to do, because if you're doing any of those things you shouldn't be doing, it's going to keep all your manifestations from coming to fruition at all. One of the worst things the elite ever did to people was convince them that everybody manifests in the same exact way, and that is not at all the case. But of course the elite would do that. Why would they want you knowing how to manifest? That would fuck up the whole system. But Zach, how do I learn what type of manifester I am? Please tell me. If you want to know what type of manifester you are, don't worry, I got something really special for you. If you click the link in my bio or go to blindzachreadings.com, you can get a reading called The Lot of Manifestation. That reading will take all the manifestation aspects of your birth chart and determine what type of manifester you are out of the 144 different types. That reading will contain a breakdown of how manifestation works, how it doesn't work, what type of manifester you are, 11 ways that you specifically manifest in the fastest, most efficient way, and 11 things that will keep your manifestations from coming to fruition. It also comes with a 61-page planner and a free numerology forecast for the year 2025. And guess what? Just for right now, because of this event, this reading is over $50 off. Never been this cheap, never gonna be this cheap again, so get it while you can. A lot of manifestation, link in the bio. But if you want a little bonus bit of information, everything I just mentioned before is included with every Bible of you purchase and every all of you purchase, except those both contain the most in-depth astrology reading with a copy of your birth chart. I type it in the most easy to read, easy to understand format. Read your birth chart and have a complete and total understanding of who you are, why your life is the way it is. And guess what? If you don't want a reading from me, you don't have to get one. You can go to the internet and learn all this stuff for yourself. But if you want to jumpstart on this event that's happening between the 23rd and the 28th, make sure you grab you a lot of manifestation reading now or any of those other readings, because they all contain a lot of manifestation. But get you one of those readings so you can be prepared for that manifestation event.
I have a lot. That was a lot that he said, right? We should hire him for like an auction or something like that. Because, I mean, man, fired up.
Evidence that Brigitte Macron was born a man. What do you have to say about that? Yes, and we have come to dispute. You claim that Brigitte Macron's communion photos of when she was a little girl was recolorized, and that is simply not true. Aha. Okay, but what about the substance of the claim that she's in fact a man? Can you just answer these simple questions for me? Like, did she actually give birth to those 3 children? No comment, but here is a cease and desist letter, so please stop talking. It's making everybody uncomfortable. Okay, at first I was really skeptical that Brigitte Macron was a man, but you guys are really convincing me otherwise. Is she a man? Yeah, I'm trying to give you guys an out here. If you guys just dispute my claim and give me evidence, I'll drop it like that. Please, mademoiselle, please stop changing the subject. We are prepared to offer you $4 million and $50,000 a month for the rest of your life if you commit to stop talking about this subject. Okay, so you bribing her is basically telling me that she's onto something here. No. Brigitte Macron is just simply very stressed because of the claims that her childhood photos were recolorized. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. She's stressed about her childhood photos, but not the claims that she's a man that married her own son?
These claims are wild.
She wasn't with the McLean. She wasn't with the who? McLean, that big old 18-wheeler truck that was parked right there. So, because she wasn't with the truck, yeah, that meant she was an intruder? We froze the store. When you freeze the store leaves the paperwork. There's paperwork that we got to go back and double track, and that's it. Okay. I mean, I understand y'all are busy and stuff, man, but okay. Did you and the lady in the store get into any kind of physical altercation? No, I was just like, don't move, ma'am, and letting her breathe. She went forward, I went backward. I didn't touch her. Didn't hurt her over her, some agua. So how are you letting her breathe if you didn't touch her? Because she was talking to me. Okay. We tried to help her out, Josh. We have a time limit at 6. We got to be gone. Okay. So she came inside the store. It never closes, but it was closed now. Yeah.
You guess, or?
Graveyard shift, Sheriff. I work graveyard.
Okay, I'm asking you questions that you should know as the employee. Because you previously said that the store never closes, so I'm trying.
Oh, I mean,
I'm trying to clarify how, if the store doesn't close, and there's nothing in the front of the store to make someone, you know, like the doors being locked or a sign saying that the store is closed. How is she supposed to know that she can't come in the store? And then how would you then interpret her coming in the store as her being an intruder?
She's an intruder because the owner of the PD that came here said anytime somebody come in the store like that, always check around. When the boss come, he handles that.
I'm just going to be honest. He sound like he got a second set of rules by a second boss who's not technically the store owner. He said that she wasn't a part of the 18-wheeler truck, right? And that they put a freeze on the store. What is that? It's a 24-hour stop. They put a freeze on the store. I don't know if you guys seen the first video, right? This man was like whooping on this girl and was holding her down, had her pinned on the ground. She was trying to just pick up her Uber Eats order. You know what I'm saying? And he said she's an intruder. How's that even work?
Okay. Between them to whatever property is going on right here, sir, I just do my job and go.
Okay. So she came inside asking about a DoorDash order or something.
Her and the person at the counter.
And then you were trying to tell her y'all didn't have no orders?
I said, ma'am, could you pause for a minute? She said, okay. I said, and we told her, hey, the procedure here, Uber does not own this store. Uber, a lot like, for example, as Josh with the double order is, that got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
I'm doing my job, my inventory counting.
Did you try? Okay, if you're saying that she didn't want to leave the store?
No, ma'am. How did she get inside the store? That's between them.
Well, the front door was open, so she walked in the store.
That 18-wheeler truck, that door only opened for the 18-wheeler truck. At that moment, we paused the store. I mean, whatever they're doing over there.
I got you. I got two more questions.
Yes, sir.
Number one, okay. Did you try and call the police or anybody if she was intruding in the store and wouldn't leave?
I talked to my boss and I talked to the store.
So did you talk to your boss or did you talk to 911?
I talked to my boss, the guy that signs my paycheck, the guy that puts the money into my account, the guy that I work for. I work here from, he makes his schedule. Today is Thursday. And
do you remember having a physical altercation with that young lady that was in the store?
I never had a physical altercation with anybody.
Y'all believe what he's saying? Man, let's go back and rewind the clips.
Get off of her, bro. Get off of her. What are you doing?
He punched me twice.
What are you doing?
You can arrest me. I work there.
What are you doing?
The store is closed.
I'm trying to show him. He wasn't in the front to tell me.
You okay?
He punched me in my head with the machine.
All right, let me figure out what's going on, okay? Give me a second. Hey, man, let me talk to you real quick. So what is happening? Why did you feel the need to do this?
I work here.
I don't care if you work here.
Right,
so explain to me why did you feel the need?
We're receiving the McLean truck. The store is closed. Nobody's allowed in the store until the truck leaves.
Okay, I understand that the store is closed.
All right, sir,
but why? Listen to me. Listen to me. Answer my questions. Why did you feel the need?
The store was closed and she was in the store. Nobody's allowed in the store until that McLean truck leaves.
So the store is closed. No one's allowed in. So you kept her in the store?
I didn't keep her in the store.
You were on top of her.
Bruh, you watch the camera.
You were on. When I got here, I saw you on top of her. I don't care that you work here.
You want me to clock out, then you arrest me,
sir? I don't care what you do. Explain to me why is it that you felt the need.
Our scanner's right here, sir. If you want to.
Well, the audio cut out.
I'm trying. You're not answering my questions.
Explain to me. 911 during the emergency.
Okay, so was the procedure to jump on top of somebody?
Watch the camera.
So explain to me, why did you feel the need to keep her inside the store? What are you showing me?
My father's state ID. 911 from our office store. You're at 10-0025 South Orange Avenue.
Okay, you're not answering my question.
Sir, do your job and let me
okay, so answer my questions then. I'm trying to do my job. Why did you feel the need to be on top of this woman? Hey, don't walk away from me. I'm trying to talk to you.
How the cop just let him walk away like that and shut the door? I don't know.
You want me to call you an ambulance?
Yeah. Okay.
You need me to call you an ambulance? Kilo 33, can I have FDB 51, please?
I'm here for Uber Eats. Sorry, bro. He wasn't in the front of the door.
Could you explain to me what happened?
I came in. I'm parked on this side. My boyfriend's a paraplegic. He's in the car right now.
I got a female with a head injury.
And I walked in. I didn't park in between. There was 2 trucks here. Not all 7-Eleven closed when they're shifting. I walked in. He was not there. The freaking guy, Josh, he's gonna be like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't know if he's scared. But he was taking the order. I have an Uber Eats order. Okay, so he was doing it, and the guy came from behind me, and he was like, ma'am, you're not supposed to be in here. Da-da-da. I don't know. And he starts locking the door, and he's like, I'm gonna punch you.
Okay, all right, so try to calm down. Let's start from the beginning. So you had an Uber Eats order.
Yes, I walked in. Nobody was there. If he would have told me the store is closed, I would have canceled it. It's not that serious.
So you were able to walk in?
Yes, that door, the left door that we're looking at on our left was open, sir. I came, I spoke with Josh. He asked me, what was the name? I told him the name. He asked me, he was like, okay, well, my system's a little messed up. Can you read me the order? I told him the beef menus. He said, okay, I got it. Now I know which order. He started doing that. This guy's yelling at somebody, a man outside.
Crazy, right? Hey, I guess we just got to go look at the cameras.
Do you have access to the cameras?
I do not. Personally, my boss is trying to get a hold of me in a second.
Yeah, if does he have access?
My boss?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can we get on the phone, see if he can come? So
hey, Ron.
I can talk to him if you want.
A whole bunch of craziness. Basically, Kareem tried to tell a customer. Sorry, I got the shakes and I get the nervous jitters around cops. A customer had come in for a DoorDash and Kareem was telling me, God damn it, man. Breath, Josh. Customers were coming in, he was trying to tell them the store was closed, and he had an altercation with a customer, more or less. And we called the police, and then they ended up coming up here. If you want to talk to him for a minute, because they want cameras. Okay. You want to talk to him real fast?
Okay.
No, the cop.
Cops, okay.
You're on speaker. Hey, sir, how you doing? It's Officer Mendez with the Atlanta Police Department.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So my question to you is, so we have a little bit of situation, as your employee said. We're just trying to get access to the cameras to see what happened. Is there any way you can come and we can review the camera footage?
Unfortunately, that camera system is not working since yesterday.
Okay.
Only one camera is working out of it. I just noticed that yesterday when I was going through the cameras.
Well, that's pretty convenient, isn't it? You don't have cameras in your store.
Because I wanted to take a look at it something, and entire system is not recording anything for some reason.
Okay, so there's nothing recorded for today.
Yeah. Since actually day before yesterday, there is nothing recorded in there.
Okay.
I already called the guy who come and fix it, but he hasn't been up there yet. So.
I talked to my boss and I told her to the store. I talked to my boss and I told her to the store. I talked to my boss and I told her to the store. So did you talk to your boss or did you talk to 911? I talked to my boss.
Only one camera is working, which is actually facing the door, and that's about it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
What was the situation?
So we're still trying to figure out, but from our understanding is that your employee battered one of the hit one of the customers and was preventing them from leaving. So right now, and then so when we try to talk to your employee, he wasn't compliant and he basically locked himself in a door.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now. That's all I can say right now. But thanks for your help.
No, but is he still there or he left?
Who, your employee? He's gonna be going with us.
Oh, he's gonna be going with you guys?
Yep.
Okay, you guys are taking him in?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Can I talk to Josh, please?
Yep.
The guy who called.
Are you willing to write a statement about what happened?
I don't even know the full thing. I've gone to sleep.
Whatever you saw.
All I saw was him go. I saw the customer. The store was closed.
Okay.
I didn't see anything
thing that happened in that back aisle.
He's lying. He's nervous for a reason.
The freaking guy, Josh, he's gonna be like, I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't know if he's scared, but he was taking the order. I have an Uber Eats order. Okay, so he was doing it.
I was over here trying to do my shit, put up the truck, put up the bathroom and shit.
So the incident happened back here.
Correct.
And you didn't.
That's crazy, man. And didn't he just say that, oh, there was no altercation, right? No tapes. It's very suspect, right? The store is closed, but it's not closed. And a woman walks in, you pin her down to the floor, break her phone, hit her a few times. Don't let her leave and call your boss. You talk to your boss. Didn't he say that he had already talked to his boss? Maybe I should be the investigator.
Calling the orbs plasmoids. There's this article by Forbes that came out in 2020, and it's titled U.S. Navy Laser Creates Plasma UFOs. And so apparently they have this technology, the U.S. Navy does, to where they can literally make plasma bubbles. What? The whole point of it is to, you know, like fighter pilots when they're flying and they'll shoot the flares off the back to, for whatever. So
glitter, dude.
Glitter.
Yeah.
Chaff.
Plasma bubbles, apparently.
What are you talking about?
Gas. Yeah, so the sun is plasma.
Which sun?
All.
Wikipedia is calling it a coherent structure of plasma and magnetic field.
Coherent?
Yeah,
like it thinks?
Literally, it just gets more confusing the more I read.
So you're saying
watching this,
these
like,
could be
guys,
fake?
They could be fake, or they could be from not this world.
This year, dude, I think we're going to see an incredible shift in AI fakes. I think that's where we're headed.
Don't let fear control you.
I'm not scared.
Is fear making you say that, though?
Yeah.
Ooh, so it just controlled what you said.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Are we even real?
A lot of people have been talking about those orbs being plasmoids or plasma, right? We've been saying it for a while.
I'm a chicken farmer and they are bullshitting you about the reasons why your eggs are so expensive. Listen, when you consider the fact that we consume over 9 billion chickens a year and just in meat alone, there's over in 2023 we had over 382 million egg laying hens in this country alone, and so far we've only lost 300 million birds worldwide. It doesn't make sense. They say the same shit every year. I know it because I'm a chicken farmer. I see the same alerts. And I see the same opportunities to jack up prices, and yet I choose not to. Listen, when you look at these large facilities, a lot of these birds aren't dying of bird flu. They are dying of neglect. They don't get the freaking vitamins, oregano, all the supplements they are supposed to be getting. They're getting in these mega facilities, and these birds are dying of disease and neglect. And every time a bird dies, they say bird flu. I'm telling you, they're bullshitting you.
They lying to us. Don't believe the lies. Everyone's saying that they sold Woah Vicky in Nigeria and she didn't even speak on live the whole time. 4 hours doing help signals. What? That's a thing? I can see it. I mean, I really don't even know who Woah Vicky is, really. I've heard the name before. Let's see, they said where the phone is placed, it's obvious people were asking to do certain things if she needed help, and she did. How are we going to help her? How are her followers going to help her? I don't know.
What's up? I might. I seen you ride past me like 5 times. A sneaker store? What sneaker store would I know? Converse sneakers? I don't know about no Converse sneakers.
Converse, huh?
Hell no. What the fuck? I don't know about no Converse sneakers. Yo. Nigga reversing. And they got military. I don't know about no conversation. I'm on live too to let you know. I'm on live to let you know.
Yeah, get up out of here.
This shit weird as hell. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, how do I flip?
Be safe out here. That's all I'm gonna say.
So after all of the time that they've been lying to us about the Kenneka Jenkins case, the truth is finally out. That case had the whole world's attention, even my own, losing sleep trying to find out what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. Zach TV lost his life for going down that Kenneka Jenkins rabbit hole. And if you don't know about the case, let me give it to you briefly. Kenneka Jenkins went to a hotel party with her friends. She partied. They was on live having fun. She got a little bit drunk. She left the room. When she left the room, she was supposed to come right back. She never came back. Now, camera footage in the hotel shows her walking around the hotel, walking downstairs, coming out of elevators. Needless to say, that night that she was in the hotel with her friends was her last night on Earth. They found her in a freezer, frozen to death. And of course, it was conspiracy after conspiracy, and allegedly, now the truth is out. So basically, what reports are saying is, allegedly, a person named Macho took her life. So Macho was the overnight security guard, and basically, on his break, he used to go downstairs in an area in the kitchen with his friend, who was the witness, and smoke. So basically, while Macho and the witness were smoking around 3 o'clock in the morning, Kenneka Jenkins came downstairs. The witness that was smoking with Macho said that Kenneka Jenkins woke up to Macho because she recognized him, and she was like, basically, what you doing here, Macho? They conversated back and forth for a minute. Then she told Macho she felt funny, and Macho said, I can make you feel better. And I'm not gonna get into details, but you know exactly what happened after that. So of course Macho was violating. Kenneka wanted him to stop. She slapped him. She did a couple of other things. He got mad. Then he slammed her on her face. That's a coward, man. And after that, of course, you know, he took advantage of her and threw her body in the freezer. That shit is crazy because they definitely try to sweep that shit under the rug. Like nothing ain't happened. Like nobody ain't do nothing. They play with the camera footage. They play with these people's family. That shit is crazy. Hopefully now she could rest in peace, man.
I'm still lost to the whole Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively thing going on, right? Yeah.
So when I first saw these, I was like, oh, how nice. Little happy faces. And then I'm like, this is a little creepy. And then I start thinking, like, what is it that they're hiding in those trucks by making it look so friendly and fun and happy?
Good question.
Just curious. What do y'all think? What's in these trucks?
I don't know. What y'all think it is? It ain't Little Debbie's. Little Debbie's in front of them. What could it be? I don't know. That is a little bit creepy, right? To see a semi truck with a big old smiley face on the back of it. You know, it's Squid Games type vibes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.